Hey, everybody, it's Sarah Ayler,
Kristen Fagan.
and we're here for a live beading party with our good friend Danielle Wickes, who is here from John Bead, who is a major distributor for us in Canada. But she also has her own Etsy store, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And she's got this fantastic design that you're looking at on the screen in the background that she's going to show us how to make. And then she sent me a bunch of very cool beads that I'm breaking open and I am going to mess around with today. And I already made something on Instagram Reels, so we'll talk a little bit about that too. All right, do you want to pop that off, Kristen, and we can get going? Hi, Danielle. I feel like your hair got longer.
It probably did.
Have you been growing your hair out?
I haven't been to, since before the pandemic, I haven't been back to, I need to go.
I just got to see Cynthia from Green Girl Studios. She's here in California, and her hair is the longest I have ever seen it. And she was like, I haven't cut it since the pandemic. I'm like, oh, it's like a new thing, pandemic hair.
It's true. I've seen tons of, there's quite a few people I know that their hair is super long. I've gotten one cut. I got one cut. So I did do it, but only once.
Yeah. Good for you. I need to go for sure.
I've gone twice. Once was outside, like on somebody's patio. And the second time I went to my husband's hairstylist in Berkeley because they're super careful. And I was like, oh, I felt really safe, about their precautions. But I'm probably about almost due for a cut again too. Well,
but it looks great. My hair's definitely the longest it's been in years. So that's kind of fun. But I end up with it up all the time because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Same here.
Yeah, you usually end up chopping it.
I do. I'm trying not to chop it. So we'll see. Maybe my hair will be as long as Danielle's one day.
Oh.
It happened fast.
It's really hard for me to imagine you having hair that long. There's no way you'll make it that long.
No, my sister's hair is about that long, and she's got a very, our faces are kind of the same. So it is funny to see her with really long hair because I've never had it past really my shoulders much. So
you get impatient. Like I know you. Like you'll get impatient.
All of a sudden the scissors come out in the bathroom and I just start chopping.
Oh
wow. You do it yourself?
I do it myself.
She does sometimes. Yeah.
Her
sister is a hairstylist. So sometimes if she goes back to see her sister, then her sister will cut it, but then she trims it herself.
In between, I just I just get oh, it has to go today.
Like this
right now.
Bugging me, so
if my hair was as long as yours, Danielle, I definitely would probably be like, oh, this needs a trim.
I'm always like, that is so brave.
The other day, my little boy got up behind me and with scissors and cut a little piece off.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh no.
He did it to my mom a couple of months ago when she was visiting, and I think it's because during the pandemic I cut his hair, I cut his bangs just because they were, in his eyes, and he thought that was amazing. And so ever since then, if you're sitting and he's behind you, you need to look and make sure you just.
Yep. Yeah, there's a few of you saying curly hair is more forgiving. It really is, and I just feel like it just has a lot of personality when I just cut it on my own. If I had straight hair, it would not be okay because I know I don't have it even at all.
Yes. We have some other brave people here today that will trim their own hair. And Kimberly just got hers cut recently after COVID.
Oh, Kimberly, that's awesome.
And
so
Becky's got COVID hair too. But she has COVID hair, but don't care.
Right. Don't care.
Totally. I'm with you, Becky. I'm with you 100%.
Me too.
Yeah, so my little girl cut her hair right before the pandemic started, and I rushed her into the hairstylist before everything closed down. But she still has, because some parts she cut so short, she still has parts of her hair that are like abnormally short and then parts that are longer. So one of these days we're gonna have to get it like evened out.
It's like a rite of passage for little kids. I think they just always get to a point where they just like, and that must be my childlike coming out when I just decide I have to snip away.
Who wants to see Sam grow his hair as long as Danielle?
I do. Sam's hair would be so cool.
We're all about it, Sam. We're all about your caveman look. Go for it, buddy.
You have naturally curly hair, right, Sam? It's like, it would be really cool. I want to see
curly. Yeah, it would be so funny.
Yeah.
Kaylin says she's a kitchen magician with cutting her hair. Susie has COVID hair too. We've got a lot of people that understand what we're going through.
It's nice to see a few people have been donating too. I've always wanted to donate. I feel like I've never been able to grow my hair that long. It just kind of stops at a certain point. But maybe I can get to it this time. Maybe there'll be maybe there's something in my future.
Yeah, maybe I should do that too. my head would be lighter. It would
right.
It does weigh you down.
You would just be whipping it around. Oh my gosh, so funny.
Okay, so let's get going and talk a little bit about that beautiful board of beads behind you, Danielle. What is your affiliation with John Bead?
I am a content creator for John Bead, so I design primarily seed beads, but I get to use like lots of different beads, and I teach a weekly class for Michael's. It's on Fridays at 5 p.m. Central Time.
Is it on their Facebook page? Where do they?
It's not. It's you have to register, and then it's a Zoom link that they send you.
Oh, cool! That's
but
neat.
You can see all the classes like on their website.
Nice. And how many kids or how many students do you normally have?
It depending on the type of class. We have anywhere from small groups, like the premium classes have like 25. Those are like the advanced bead weaving.
Right.
And then we have some that have up to 200 people or so.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's really fun. Yeah.
What a neat gig that is. That is really cool.
I feel pretty lucky. It's really fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. So John Bead is a distributor. They're a wholesale distributor out of Canada. They're based in Toronto, Canada. And I've had the pleasure of going up there and visiting them a few times because they're a distributor for Soft Flex Beading Wire, as well as a million other things in the jewelry making industry, including some of the seed beads that we're going to take a look at today. They're a fantastic company. They're on their third generation of owners, and I've just been super impressed with them over the years. And the idea that they're just working with Danielle Wickes, I think, makes it clear how wonderful they are. They spotted her and grabbed her up because she is such an asset for them. So at any rate, we will we'll go down to our hand cam and we'll take a look at what Danielle has. Actually, why don't we
thanks, Karen.
I'm going to add our hand cams to the stream, but why don't we go to mine first, even though I've set nothing up, because I want to open up the beads first, okay? So let me figure out how. There we go. Okay, so I was a little bit late, you guys, today, because I was telling Kristen and Danielle that my husband has his office in our bedroom. And sometimes if he has meetings, if I don't get jewelry out of the bedroom in time, I don't get to get jewelry because it's right by his desk and it's a little awkward to go in there. So I quickly decided I was going to make a bracelet to match my necklace and earrings that I had already grabbed. And so I picked up some of these really cool beads that Danielle had sent me. They are called link beads, check link beads, approximately 40 pieces in a package. They're the black glittery agentic. Is that the right word for that? Is that how you pronounce that word? Matte full coat. Agentic.
Agentic, yeah, that's new to me too.
They're made in the Czech Republic, and they're, of course, from John Bead. But can they get them from your Etsy store, Danielle?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I have those for sale, retail in my Etsy shop. A bunch of different colors.
I've never seen this shape before. I was like, ooh, this is really interesting. And I was just using it as kind of a spacer bar. But I imagine that you can do all sorts of cool things with this shape when you're putting it
does
together.
kind of look like a bicycle chain, someone says.
It does. It's really cool. So I ended up putting together a bracelet. I did it on Instagram Reels because I decided if I was going to string up a bracelet, I might as well make a video out of it. And so that's why I ended up being late because I did it late. But at any rate, I used the clasp from Jill McKay that I got in the Great Bead Trade in my bag. I hadn't used it yet, so I decided to use that. So you can find that from Jill. I used 2 of our new holiday charms from TierraCast. You can find these in our shop, the Peace on Earth and then the little dove on my bracelet. And then I used our Sparkle and Shine bead mix, and then I just mixed in those little links, and that lets the wire kind of show. It just makes it a little bit different and unusual, and a little bit of fun, you know.
It looks really great. It looks really nice. I love that clasp on there. I think you did a great job whipping that up right before our show. And I have a couple of questions here. So I've got Beverly is asking, do you have to have a license to buy from John Bead's website?
Yes. Yes. But you can buy these beads from Danielle that we're looking at.
So you would go to Danielle Wickes on Etsy if you do not have a license.
Yeah. Thomas, have you found that link? Why don't you look for Danielle on Etsy and post her link up here so it's easy for people to find? So here's some more colors that Danielle sent. She sent a really pretty turquoise blue in that same shape.
That looks like it's matte. Is that matte? It's pretty.
It doesn't say it is. No, I don't think these are. They're glossy.
I have a little gloss to them.
Yeah. And then same with these. These are a little glossy too. I'm going to take them out, but I noticed once you take them out, you have to like very carefully put them back in the tube if you want to fill up the whole tube again. Because look how they're stacked so nicely inside of there.
So if you use them, it'll be all right. But if you try and open it and just put all of them back in, you might have a hard time.
Very difficult. Yes.
Well, like if you hold your finger or your thumb over the top and just shake it a little bit, it'll start to settle. I do the same with the seed beads. Just shake it, it'll settle and then go in there.
Oh, that's the trick. I was trying to do it with this one, and then I was like, oh, forget it. I'm never going to get those back in there. Here's a red, which I'm in love with the color red. I keep predicting it's got to be the color of the year next year because I am obsessed with red right now.
That's beautiful.
And yeah, the red is really pretty. I might play around with that today. Ooh, and then you must know my colors. You've been watching my shows. This turquoise travertine is fantastic. It's like a green turquoise.
So pretty with red.
I love that color.
Ooh, those together. Ooh. And then she also sent me a copper and black version too. Awesome. So there were 5 different colors. How many colors do you have in your shop?
I think I have 28 colors.
What? You guys.
I remember I ran out of alphabet letters at one point.
There's a color to match every color of Soft Flex. So you could do this design in any color you want.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. You could switch out your color wire and your color link and that would be a ton of fun. So I'm going to play around with those some more today, but she sent me some other beads that I want to point out as well. So I'm going to take a look over here. We've got some 2-hole rectangles. What are you
Those
calling
are called, those are Caro beads. It's spelled Karo.
Nice. K-A-R.
And those are coming soon. I sent you my sample.
Soon?
Yeah, I'm going to add them to my shop too.
Okay. Well, this is
those are nice. I love those kind of jewel tone colors.
Yeah, they're
Pretty.
a lot like a Tila, but they're softer. They're smooth.
Rounded.
Yeah. Really,
They're
really
more organic, that kind of like stack. So you want to put like a bead in between. And
yeah, those are great. And I've got those in 4 colors, and they're coming soon. How many colors will you have?
I think I'm going to pick up 7 colors.
Ooh, that's
really
fun.
pretty.
These kinds of things can be fun with memory wire too, you guys. Like 2 strands of memory wire through them can make a pretty sweet cuff. Something to think about. So I've got those. And then you sent me one other style of bead, I think, in 5 colors.
Those are super fun. Those are rhombus beads, and they come from the same plant as the link beads.
Ooh.
There's a really cool story about them. That the shop is it has a history, and the designer is a woman-owned designer. So I believe that the link beads were actually designed by her grandmother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll have to get the story and maybe post it so that I get it right. But that was
those are beautiful. I love where the holes are.
Cool.
Look at the holes, you guys. They run through like a diamond shape. Very
gorgeous.
Cool. Which means you could probably have your Soft Flex exposed bead to bead. I wonder how they would sit. I'm curious about that.
Or maybe put a little bead in between, but still let the wire be shown, you know?
Yeah, there's some good stuff. I'm in love with this color. This color is the chalk white apricot medium. Are these in your store?
They are launching this weekend.
Oh my God, you guys. This color is so pretty.
Love it. Kimberly is asking Danielle, are your classes interactive, and do you see what everyone else is working on?
We have the cameras on in the Zoom classes, and so whenever we have an opportunity for everybody to hold up and we switch to gallery view, we can take a look and see what everybody's making. The smaller classes are better for that because we have about 2 hours of beading time, or have a little bit more interaction. The hour-long ones are they're a little more challenging because I have to stick to a tight schedule and cover everything.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But I do try. And I also, my boss, Carmi, and Millie are in the chat, and they answer everyone's questions, and they ask me if there's anything that I need to stop and answer.
Right. Awesome.
Well, is about the sweetest person around. So it's great that you have her there to help you out.
Yeah, for sure.
So sweet. Okay, so we've got a little, another bag in that same rhombus shape in blue. And you'll have all these colors coming this weekend.
Yep. Yeah, and there's a bunch of patterns out there. I did one that was a right angle weave with those, which I'd love to see a Soft Flex version of. I was going to try that.
I would
too. Some earrings and the Beader Quick and Easy Digital has a pattern coming up that I did.
Ooh, black dark travertine, and then look at this. Oh, this is such a
the luster. I love all of those satin lusters.
Chalk white blue satin.
Ooh,
it's really pretty.
That's gorgeous.
Those are nice. I'm in love with those too. So lots of beads to work with today. Danielle has put together a design. Before I flip over to her, I wanted to show you just a couple things for Soft Flex, and then we'll take a look at Danielle's design. If you got to see the Great Bead Extravaganza last weekend, we had a great time. I did a knitted design and had so much fun with it. This is the one that I did on the actual show. But what I wanted to show you today is that you can interchange the bottom. So we have this great, gorgeous sparkle and shine bead strand that you can attach on the bottom here of your knitted necklace. If you don't like the smaller beads, you could definitely do bigger beads on the bottom just by putting a little lobster claw on each side, because these just remove on both ends. It's not attached forever. So you can make it your own different way if you want to. How pretty is that?
Kelly is saying she loves the Viking knit.
Oh yeah, it's done on a knitting spool, and it does look very much like Viking knit. Yeah, but it's actually knitted. It's Soft Flex Beading Wire knitted on a knitting spool, and it makes it so that it's like spongy, which is a lot of fun. But you can do it in a lot of different colors, and then just make the bottom half of your necklace interchangeable and change it into whatever you want it to be. So I would just do my little lobsters on either side of this, and then I can add it to it, and I've got another nice option for that necklace, other than what we showed you last weekend. So I have that. I also wanted to let you know that we added a bunch of beautiful ceramic beads to our website. Maybe at the end, if you stick around, I will show you some of those. Kristen ordered one in every color today.
I did.
How fantastic they are.
I was just like, those are my favorite. I have to try all of them.
They're so fantastic. They're such a good price. So she sent an order to info@softflexcompany.com and said, can I please have one of every single item?
I was trying to just pick colors, but as I was going, I was just like, oh, at this point, why not? I'll just do every color.
Here, I'll flip back and show you just one of the options, and then we can look at them more at the end of the show. We have these long strands of ceramic beads. I think the price ended up being like $9.95. Is that right, Kristen?
Correct. And it's a ton. Yeah. Look at all of those.
They're beautiful big hole beads that you can put onto a leather or a cording or just soft flex. And you can intermix it with the gollum beads that we're about to get in. Crossing my fingers because they're not here yet, and we all know what supply is like right now. And Danielle is going to be using one of those beads today in this design that she is showing us. And so we have these in a bunch of different colors, and I think they're going to match those gollum beads just perfectly if you want to string them with the gollum beads. So now that I've said all that, let's see what Danielle's got going on her beading table.
Awesome. That was a beautiful bead. I love the ceramic. That's amazing.
They're so pretty. I know. Yeah. I'm very excited about them. I got a whole tub of them from a dealer that is not going out of business, but he's changing his business. And so I got a pretty good deal on them. So I'm able to pass along a pretty good deal to everybody else on that big long strand. So I'm really happy and excited about that. Just one gollum bead is like $4 retail, I want to say. Maybe it's a little bit less. So, I mean, I think that was like approximately 50 beads.
Yeah, that's what it says on the product.
Yeah, and it's not, they're not the same level of a gollum bead that has so much intricate detail. But I think for that many ceramic beads, $10.
It's a nice compliment with it, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of gollum beads, look at these beautiful ones that Danielle has on her table.
And these are from the live sale that you guys had a little bit ago. I was I couldn't resist. I had to get them.
They're so good. We have a whole new selection coming in that I ordered. The designer is in Bulgaria, and he was supposed to have them to me by October 1st. And he told me this week that he will ship them from Bulgaria on Monday of next week.
You're like, oh
And
no.
so our only last live sale of the whole year is the following Monday when we'll probably receive them. And so we are going to do our very best to get them into that live sale, but it's looking a little dicey. So we might have to
Cutting it a little close.
we'll have them at some point. I don't know how we'll sell them, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Oh, they're so beautiful. So they'll be worth the wait for sure.
I think so, yeah. And there's some Christmas ones that I think people are going to be so excited about.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
I can't wait
I
to see
like
them.
how you use the links there.
Yeah, I was just going to show this one really quick. This is made with craft wire with 24 gauge.
Yeah.
And all I did was just link a little bead in between.
That is awesome. You know, Danielle,
cute.
anytime you use our wire, you should send us an image and a link so that we can post it and let
I need to
people
do
know.
that. Yeah, I'm going to write it down so I remember. You know how you get busy to making stuff and you just forget to post it?
Yeah. Or just tag us, Soft Flex, hashtag Soft Flex Wire on Instagram, and we'll see it.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely do that. Thank you.
You make so many beautiful things.
Oh, thank you so much. This one was really fun. It was inspired by the beads I picked up in the live sale and by these seed bead bundles that I'm adding to my shop this weekend. I'm doing a big update.
Ooh.
I'm going to be putting combined color combos because something I get feedback a lot on from fellow seed beaters is that they would really like to have sets of colors.
That makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
and like different sizes. Yeah, that is super smart.
How many
can be
colors are
really
you going
hard
to have those in?
I'm getting, let's see, there's the rose, and I'm also going to be getting in a green, which I'm calling pine.
Ooh, Kristen.
I love that
You hear
color.
her shudder, everybody?
And those will be in the large tubes like these.
Is that the one you
Ooh.
used on the green bracelet that I was commenting on before?
No, this one is a Picasso, but this color is also coming in.
Oh, okay.
This is
So
called
it's similar,
Seafoam.
but
Yeah,
it
it's
has
also,
more of the browns in there, I think, right?
Yeah, correct. It can pull out more colors because it's a transparent bead actually. And so, yeah, I'll be having this one as well in 6, 8, and 11. I'll probably bundle it. And
That's awesome.
that's a really cool one. There's a sapphire blue coming.
Oh,
And then
I
my
love that
personal
color
favorite
too.
is mustard yellow. I'm going to be adding that one.
That's
I
Sarah.
love
This is Nilay's favorite color too. He loves this one.
Well, he is.
I would
my
like a
favorite
set of,
athlete.
I would like all of those, the blue, the mustard, and the green. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I will send them to you. I'll send them to you.
Oh, that'll be fun.
They're really fun.
See what
Kimberly says, if it's Picasso, I will buy it.
That's how
a
we ended
good
up with the bead
motto.
store.
That's a good motto to live by.
Yes, for sure. And yeah, and so that was the inspiration. It was that and getting these really cool beads to just be the statement, like the thing that's really noticed, but having them set, in a way that complements them.
It's beautiful.
It's
It looks
such a
so
great
good.
combination.
And it can be done lots of different ways. Like what you're seeing here, and I'll show how this one is done, is it's just 2 strands running through some 8s and then some size 6 seed beads.
Mhm.
But I was playing earlier and I came up with one that it looks like a herringbone design that I taught before, but it's done with Soft Flex 2 strands.
and
you
it's
just,
probably a little easier even.
it's faster. Anything with the
Yeah.
Soft Flex beading wire is faster.
Right.
I'm actually like right now I'm just trying all my bead weaving stitches with the fine Soft Flex just to see what happens.
Oh,
So
We
I'm
will
gonna
do
try
that.
writing
That
all
would be
those.
If you
It would
ever
be
need
very
more, just
fun.
let us know. I'll send you a bundle.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be fun to do like a side by side or at least a little like, hey, this is what I thought when I used this instead of this or whatever like that,
Yeah.
That would be neat.
It would be so fun.
A case study. That's the word I'm looking for. You're
Yeah,
doing
like,
a case
this one
study,
took me
Danielle.
3 hours, and this
Yeah.
one took me 1 hour.
Right?
Super true. Yeah. I have a feeling it would all work, like it would all
Mhm.
patterns that I've done before. Like there's one I'm teaching on Friday that I'm like, you know what? Actually beading wire might work for that too. So I'm going to try it, and I will definitely share the results of all that.
That makes sense because it's so flexible and it's so strong. And it lends itself well to stuff like that.
It does, yeah. And you inspired me when I saw your Kumihimo design.
Oh, good.
If you can do Kumihimo with that, then it's going to be possible to do a lot of things that I would have thought about.
Right.
Yeah. I'm wearing a
show those
Kumihimo
designs.
I'm wearing a Kumihimo necklace today with Soft Flex Fine and pearls.
Oh.
You might have to show that, Kristen.
I know.
Yeah, we need to see that.
Set up.
Oh, there I am.
Over to you.
Oh my goodness, that is so cute.
So there's the pearl Kumihimo part, and then it's got those lovely end caps from Tiara Cast, and then it's got silver silk running up the back with some craft wire that is kind of covering the crimped connection. I used black Soft Flex and Fine, and then these small little freshwater pearls.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Well, we're focused in on Kristen. Kristen had a studio sale on Monday that is still open through Sunday. And I linked it into the VIB group. So if you want to check that out, she has some jewelry for sale from her studio. And then she has some art for sale as well. And all sorts of really good stuff. I ended up buying a few things. I couldn't stop myself.
I know, that was really sweet of you. I have hand-painted purses too, which Sarah got one of those. I just had a couple. I think I had a total of 4 or 5 of the hand-painted
I've been waiting
purses.
to get one of those, and the one she showed, I felt like was the perfect one. You know,
it does. It makes total sense for you. I was like, oh yeah, that's a Sarah purse.
I need to check that out.
I cannot type fast enough. Now I know how everybody feels when I'm doing a live sale. Right. I felt like I could not type fast enough to make sure I got that purse. But at any rate.
So you can find that over on Kristen Fagan Art and Design Facebook page. And Sarah did share it in the VIB Studio Facebook group. If you're over there, you can find the video link too. Kimberly is asking what my pendant is. You know, it's a good question. I bought this back. I think this was the first trip I ever made to Tucson. I got this pendant. So that was probably like 20 years ago.
We used to buy those pendants like crazy back then.
And back then I didn't really pay attention to what I was buying. I just was like, ooh, I like that. And so I don't know what the stone is in the middle. But
I think it's labradorite.
I don't know, maybe.
I used to get pendants with labradorite there a lot.
It does have a little tiny bit of a flash, but not a ton. But it's got like a crystal at the top, the stone here, and then it has a little freshwater pearl at the bottom. So that's tied into the freshwater pearls for the, or I don't know if it's a Tahitian pearl, not real Tahitian, but that kind of coloring, you know.
I can't wait to go to Tucson. Are you going to Tucson, Danielle?
You know, I know John Bead isn't going, but I was debating maybe just going shopping. I thought about it. I don't know if I can get away. I have to do a lot of finagling here at home to get away with something like that. But I really want to go. It was really fun. I went
write you a note that it's very important for you to go.
Right.
Anything can help. Anything.
Yes. We'll all send letters. You'll have a stack of letters that everyone says that you really must go.
Sam's ready. Sam's ready to go with you, Danielle.
Go. Okay, I gotta go. I do.
Sam will write a note too.
Excellent. It was a very fun time last time I went, so for sure.
So fun. And I haven't gotten to go for a few years, and I just am ready. I'm ready to go back and see my friends and check it out.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what you've got, Danielle.
All right. So right here, I've got a gollum bead, and I just grabbed the things I'm going to need kind of first. Some size 8 seed beads. I grabbed the pine, and then I grabbed some of those mustard yellow size 6. Got a lobster claw. Got some crimps. And here's my fine metallic Soft Flex. And I cut 24 inches, or I'm about to cut about 24 inches. That is what I found to be a great working length for making like a 7-inch bracelet, which I tend to make them 7 inches and then make them adjustable. And then if you wanted it to be more or less than that, you could always just take the rule of thumb of measuring, for example, like if you're doing a necklace, what I did for, let me show you guys my necklace really quick. For this one, I wasn't totally sure of what length I wanted it to be. So I started by doubling a length that I had for another necklace that I liked. I doubled it and then added about 8 inches to that so that I could work my crimps.
I am in
So
love with
pretty.
your necklace.
And Danielle,
I love this.
Danielle used the woodland walk kit for the beads.
I did,
Oh,
yeah. I
yeah.
love that kit. That kit
was a pretty kit.
so pretty.
It really,
Really
we
was.
were even shocked ourselves at how good it turned out. Sometimes that happens.
It was amazing. It came with this toggle and everything. So I just literally just strung it up and it was all ready to go.
Oh, that looks so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, the mustard color is such a nice addition to that mix of beads. I love it.
This color is, I think it's among my favorites too. The pine green has my heart, but I do love this color.
Is that the
I love them
mustard yellow?
Yeah, this one is versatile. I end up using it the most, even though I say I like the other ones the most. This is the one I end up using like all the time.
It's
I'm
like a
sold on
neutral, really. When I paint, I always tell people I go through the yellow paint the fastest. And I think it's just because it goes so well with so many other colors. And it just mixes really well with everything. So it's like a neutral.
For sure. Yeah, that's exactly right. And so yeah, all I did is I put my lobster claw on one of the ends. I brought the ends together. So I'm going to find my midpoint down here. So there's that. And I'm going to try to put my crimp on both strands here. I find it easier to just kind of use it like a needle. And bringing that down, I'm just going to crimp that really quick, leaving some air on there. And this is where I always think about that ravioli. I really want to get good at it. But for now, I'm still doing my old school way because I haven't mastered it yet. So I'm just doing regular crimp there.
I know you can do it.
I just need to be willing to waste some crimps and try.
Right. I'll send you some extra crimps and you can practice.
Oh, thank you.
Do you find you work with the fine diameter more often, Danielle?
I do, because I'm often trying to go through my crimps with more than 2 strands. Like to end this one, I'm going to have to go back through it a third time with just one of the strands. The way I ended it was I brought the crimp on and then brought one of them back down in.
And you can do 3. You can do 3 strands with the gold and the silver crimps. Not so much with the copper, but you can do it with the other 2 metal tones. So just
interesting. Okay.
So you can do 3. Anything more than 3, you wouldn't be able to, but you can do 3.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. I should think about that. And that's with the fine. With the medium, would 3 go through?
That's what I mean. Yeah, with the medium. Sorry.
With medium. Sorry. Gotcha. This was medium here from the woodland. This was the one that came with it. Right. I don't remember the color. It looks terracotta to me, so I love it.
It's red jasper is the name of that one. Oh, so pretty.
I think it's among my very favorites. And I was able to get it to go through 3 times, but it was I had to really, really want it to work.
Yeah, that's the coppers are a little bit tighter, so they're sometimes a little tougher with the 3, but the silver and the gold, no problem at all.
Yeah, and it worked. I was able to do it, so I figure definitely would definitely try that again. You know, we get better at stuff the more we do it. So now I'm stringing on just a size 6 onto both strands and bringing it down. And now I'm going to split my strands. And the way I've been doing my pickups for getting the beads onto my strands is I just kind of like spread them apart like that and use them like little needles. So I'm just going to get 2 beads on one. 2 beads on the other, and slide it down. And with each one you add, the little like connection below will get tighter. So I'm going to bring both strands through my size 6, slide that down. And I'm just going to repeat that a few times until I have a good length there. And so that's how I did all of the bracelets that I showed, with the exception of this one. With this one, I did something a little different. And then with the necklace, I was doing 3 size 8s instead of 2. So here we just got the 2. It just gives you a little bit of a different look.
I can already tell how much I'm going to love these 2 colors together.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this one was inspired by the bead. I just pulled those colors out. There's also a terracotta in the center, or it could be a jasper. So I'm looking at this kind of wishing that I'd used the red jasper for it, because it would pull that red out. And you could even put some blue in there. You know, I was thinking, why don't I show how to do that really quick. I'm going to bring out some size 11s and show how I did this kernel, this little thing. And it'll give me a chance to pull out that blue.
Yeah, and don't feel rushed. I mean, the nice thing about the live beading parties is we're not on a schedule. So we just have to be here on time, which I almost didn't do today.
I'm so used to keeping keeping it to, the time that I'm always watching it, but when I'm, you know how we are, we're designers, we sit and we just play and we take it apart and then we try it again and then just.
Yeah. And that's part of the fun, is people getting to see that is, I think, nice, because it's important for everyone to understand that we don't have any magic spells when we make a design. You know, we're doing the same thing all of you guys are doing, taking it apart, putting it together, trying certain colors, and then deciding we don't like them or we do like them. But we all kind of do similar things. Even the pros like Danielle that teach at Michael's once a week.
Right.
It still makes me like, wow, they're talking about me? No way. Because I've been a fan of your beading parties since like way before I was doing any teaching of my own. So I did some teaching locally for my local bead store, but I had never taught online, and so I've always been in awe of being able to do that, because I didn't think, you can't do seed beading online, really? But here we are, right?
Yeah, you're doing great.
I'm just like, wow.
You broke down that barrier.
One of my favorite. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was going to say one of my favorite quotes is I'm going to paraphrase, but it's like, take a step aside and look at how far you've come on your journey. Like, take a minute to just, because we're always moving forward. It's sometimes tough to remember that at one point we couldn't do what we're doing now. And so there's always the next barrier we can cross, right? And then we can take a step back and just be like, hey, look at us. Now we're doing this. We never thought that was possible. Pretty cool.
That is really cool. And I wouldn't have believed you if you told me any of this stuff. I would have been like, oh, no way. No way.
So funny. For a long time, Kristen was fighting me a little bit on doing jewelry making. And I was
Oh, you mean like on Facebook Lives and stuff?
No, on just in general, jewelry making in general, I would say. And then slowly but surely,
she would get me to the demo table in the show, and little by little.
So talented. It would be just wasted. I mean, really. I mean, not wasted, because graphic design is super important too. But in this particular industry, it would feel very wasteful to not use your talents.
Yeah, it's definitely been a fun addition when I finally surrendered.
I'm so glad you did.
Oh, Tracy's here with us. Hi, Tracy.
Oh, Tracy, you're just in time. I'm about to show how to use this bead, the essential element for getting it to work for me. So, oops, did I lose you guys?
Oh, hi.
Oh yeah, it looks like your hand cam may have jumped off.
Oh, let me try to fix that really quick. So,
okay, why don't we jump over to me, because I was working on a little something over here, and then I'll hop back when your camera comes back, okay?
Yeah, I'm not sure why it did that.
No, I don't know either. So I just dumped out some beads and started playing, and just like I was thinking, look at how those rhombus beads work with the soft flex. You could, of course, add a bead in there like seed beads, but you could just leave the wire showing too, and it could be a lot of fun. And then I was curious what these links would look like if you were to do them sort of side by side. And so that's what this is here. I did them side by side, and then I reversed the direction in the middle.
Oh.
So it created its own texture, which I thought was kind of interesting. And yeah, so that's what I'm working on. And then I was thinking about putting one of these cute little charms on here, like maybe Santa, who I am just in love with because he is two-sided and fantastic.
So cute.
Tracy,
That
for
would
the
be
cutest charms for Christmas around.
That would be a great design for a long wrap bracelet too, Sarah, that you're working on.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know if I have enough wire, but I'll see. So these are from Tierra Cast, and Tracy is, of course, from Tierra Cast. That's why I was mentioning her. But we carry a lot of their sweet holiday charms. We just got them in last week, and I am dying over them. Look at this little candy cane. Adorable. Two-sided. With a little snowman. I used him last week. So cute. So I'm thinking I will keep working on this. Maybe I could do a double wrap. I might have enough wire for that. Let me see how it goes.
It would look pretty as a single too if you don't, but I think that design could go either way.
Yeah, I agree. That could be a lot of fun. But it comes together a lot easier than the wrap bracelets where you go in and out of every bead. It's just stringing straight, just basic stringing, but with 2-hole beads.
How are you doing over there, Danielle?
I think it's back.
Okay.
Oh, great. Okay, I'm going to add it. Yeah, I'm going to add it in, and then I will focus in on it.
There we go. I muted my mic.
Okay, great.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm not sure why it did that. All right. So and those are beautiful charms. I love all those.
Aren't they so cute?
Yeah.
I love Tierra Cast.
I do too. They are the cutest elements in every design. Sometimes I just add one. Got their lobster claws here. And then what I'm using right now, these are kind of interesting. They're bead aligners. And this one is like a 4mm size. So it's like a daisy spacer, but with a peg. And it's meant to make a really, one of these kind of beads, it's going to move around a lot in your design. But this locks it down.
Ooh. I've never seen those.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
They are. I have them in my shop too.
Oh, perfect.
And I have them in 4 finishes, and they're essential for lampwork beads and for just any kind of large bead that you need to stabilize.
Those are amazing. That's like a
I really like working with these focals. They're so perfect when they sit just in the center like that without it also makes them not spin as much.
Right. Yeah, that's great. I have a bunch of gollum beads from our last batch. And then, of course, we're getting that brand new batch in. So I'm sure I'm going to want to buy 16 of each one. So I might need to pick up some of those little pieces too.
Yeah, a
That's
lot
what
of
the
people are
piece started
saying that
in.
Sheila says she was wondering how those worked. Tracy said, nice bonus bead aligner demo. And Karen, she keeps them on hand. And she said also for some Jesse James beads with larger holes. Yeah, so any large hole bead.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, perfect for the boho beads.
those
Definitely.
are really smart.
They are called bead aligners.
Huh. I'm fascinated that I've never seen them before. Tracy, you should be using these things because
Well, Tracy's the one who sent me the original ones to try.
she's so smart. She's like, Danielle will show how to use these things. All the other things. Well, that works really well with those beads. So thank you for showing that. And I love that you have them available in your Etsy store so people can go pick them up today if they need some of those. I know a lot of our viewers have gollum beads from our previous live sales, just like you. So that was super cool.
Oh, thank you.
And your Etsy shop is really growing leaps and bounds. I saw you had a big stack of orders to ship out the other day. How are you feeling about the growth and taking all that on?
You know, it's more than I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And it all kind of happened at the same time as a bunch of other really great things. And so it's been hard for me to keep up with all of it. But I'm starting to figure out a few things that might help me streamline a little bit. That will make it easier. Because right now, the way I'm doing it is the way that takes the longest and is the least efficient.
That's what always happens to me, too.
Yes. And what I really need to do is like talk to business owners and like, how do you do this? What system do you use to keep track of your inventory? And how do you? Because right now, when you order from me, it is me down there opening drawers, pulling it out, putting it in a baggie.
Right. Yeah.
And making a little check mark.
And it makes sense if you're starting small to try to do it as well as you can from the beginning, because the bigger you get, the harder it is to make changes. I have recognized that from years of experience with Soft Flex.
Yeah. When we have some changes, we're like, oh boy, we're in for it now.
Yep. And we're a small company that's sometimes doing things in the least efficient
way. That's because it's just been the way it's always been done, right? So sometimes it's like you have to look at your systems regularly and say, okay, I know it's been done this way, but should it continue to be done that way?
Does it make the most sense? Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Kimberly is saying that she always keeps bead aligners on hand. She uses them quite a bit, and they can serve other purposes, like a hat for a snowman. That sounds
cute.
I knew I was going to get Sarah's reaction on that one.
I love a good snowman.
All right. Yay. I made it to the end. Some speedy stringing there.
You were fast. I'm way behind you.
So if you were doing that in a seed beaded version, how long would it take you, do you think?
So it would probably take me about an hour to do the stitching, because it would be like, doing in between every single bead, you'd have to loop around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it would take a lot longer.
It was like a quarter of the time.
Yeah, and was time to stop and fix my camera and all that. So it's definitely the faster way to make something for if you sell your work and things like that.
And the other great thing about Soft Flex is it's so durable. So it will last forever if it is treated properly and handled properly. it's because it's stainless steel inside of that nylon coating. It's very strong and very durable.
Yeah, it's really, I trust it, but I'm going to sell my work. I want to know that, especially around the crimp area, which is where I tend to get breaks.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you for trusting us.
Hope said she would come help you out if she lived near you, just because she wants to be able to touch all the beads.
That's how it all started for me. Was I wanted to touch all the beads too, and how suddenly they're all
slippery slope.
Yeah.
Oh no! So, are you broadcasting any other time besides for Michael's on Fridays?
At the moment, that's the only thing that I have scheduled. But we're gonna do a live for John Bead in December.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a project. It'll be a Zoom class.
Oh, cool.
And so as soon as I have more info on that, I'll be sharing it all over my pages and everything.
Awesome. Well, if you use Soft Flex for any of your projects, let us know, because we are happy to promote it as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I will do.
We love our friends at John Bead. We have done business with them for ages now, and anything we can do to help, we're always happy to
That's
do
so
that.
cool. I need to remember to post these in the group too.
Yeah, do please. Our VIB group is so much fun to see what everybody makes with different things, from the live sales and from the website and the kits. And it's just always neat to see where all those beads end up.
For sure, yeah. I get inspired too.
I'm curious about how you're going to make it adjustable, because I don't do that very often, and I would like to do it more.
Oh yeah. So what I do is I cut a length of chain that's about 1 inch or so, and I use a pretty big cable chain. So this is like a 5 millimeter cable chain.
Cool.
In fact, I think I have the size written down. Oh, 4.8 millimeter. So yeah, 5 millimeter. And what I did a minute ago is I put the crimp on both of the strands, and then just ran it down. And then on one of the strands, I'm going to run my chain, just one of the links there, and then turn this one, come back down through the crimp. And I went through the bead too. That's something I like to do that. And another thing I'm doing here is I'm folding it so that it's not too tight. If that makes any sense. So it's like a little, has some movement to it.
Perfect. Yeah, that's always a great tip. So when you made your bracelet, you said you made it 7 inches, and then you'll have it adjustable from there.
That's what I do if I'm going to make a piece for like a show, or that will be in my shop for sale.
Mm-hmm. That's really smart.
Yeah, it is smart, because I'm always kind of like having to measure. I know everyone's wrist is different, and so it's hard when you to just make it, like one standard size. It's nice to have the adjustability.
Are you selling a lot of your jewelry in your shop too, Danielle? I haven't gotten a chance to look at your Etsy shop.
I do sell some, but it really became mostly, I accidentally cut my chain there. Sorry, guys. I'll use a jump ring. It became more about kits. So like what used to happen is I would post my work and share it. And then people would say, well, what bead is that? Where can I get that bead? And I was pointing people all over the place. Well, this is in my stash. I've had it for 5 years. I think I got it here, or I think I did that. And so finally I just like, what if I made a kit?
Mm-hmm.
And then I made a kit, and then I made another kit, and another one. And the next thing you know, I had a bead store, and what was left over from my kits I was selling. And then I was selling, any new launches that I wanted to buy into. I'd have those components in my shop, and here I am. And it just grew.
Awesome. As I always see Stars Bead posting, it all starts with one bead.
Yeah, it's so true.
It does.
Bead. And then next thing you know, you're like, what is going on here?
And do we remember the first bead?
Ooh, do I remember the first? I remember the first time I went to a bead store. I was a teenager in Montana, and I had my mom. It was downtown in Billings. It's no longer there, unfortunately, but it was there for decades. And I had my mom drop me off downtown, which was like a big deal. I was probably like 14 or 15, and downtown was like kind of a scary area in Billings, Montana, which seems crazy to even say. But at any rate, she dropped me off, and I went in the bead store, and I fell in love that day.
Aww.
And the rest is history. So that's why bead stores are so important. And I always try to lift bead stores up as much as I can, because they are a starting point for lots of people when it comes to beading. And a hub for learning.
My first bead store was when I got a design job being a graphic designer for a bead store that had a catalog. And that was my first foray into the world of beads.
Was that your first?
Yeah.
Also no longer in existence.
Nope. No longer.
Oh, the bead box.
It was the bead box. Yeah. So they were a local store. They had a little storefront up front, but they were really a catalog company. So I got hired to help out. I got hired as an assistant designer to help out with the catalog. And after being there for like a short period of time, the regular designer left, and I ended up taking over the whole catalog production. And I was like, this is my first design job. What's going on?
Wow.
But I did one catalog on my own, and then they kept saying, oh, they're going to hire someone else. You know, I'll still be an assistant. I'm just helping in the interim. And after I finished the first one, I was like, nope, I can do this. You're hiring me in the position now.
That's awesome.
And then Kristen and I worked there together, and that's where I stole her from.
Yeah. That's where Sarah and I met. And she worked in the shop, and I was in the back on the catalog, and we would giggle our way through lunch.
Aw. That's the coolest.
I'm still very good friends with the owners of that company, though, too. They were very sweet to me. I love working for small businesses and working with and alongside other small businesses. It's just the best.
It's so nice. That turned out so cute, Danielle.
Oh, thank you. I have so much fun making these. They're just an instant, almost in an instant, you can really pull something really cool together.
You're getting so much love. Love the design. Beautiful bracelet, Danielle. Love the beads.
It's great. It's really great. I'm going to flip over and finish off my bracelet over here if I can make it work. Kristen challenged me to make a wrap bracelet already pre-cut wire.
Don't you usually work from the spool? What happened, Sarah?
Like doubled over, so I had to cut it in this case. But I think I can make it work with this tiny amount of wire on the end. So let's see. Let's see if I can take the challenge here. So I strung all my beads on my wire. I'm using medium 019 diameter in white. And I am going to string both wires through a crimp tube and bring it down to my bead. And then I'm going to grab on to the lobster clasp with one wire. And this will be the tricky part. I'm going to take this little itty bitty wire and poke it back through.
Oh, you did good. I sometimes need a chain nose plier when I get that tiny, which is often because I always miscalculate. Hope is saying she has her first bead necklace that she ever made, and she still wears it. She took the class over 30 years ago and fell in love.
So that's awesome. That's really cool. Danielle, you have to tell us your first bead story.
Oh, gosh. So let's see. It was a while ago. my dad bought a bunch of stones on a trip once and asked me to make something for my mom with them.
Mm-hmm.
And up until that point, I had done a lot of crafty things, but no jewelry making. So I did crochet and some sewing. I like to make wreaths, like, for the doors, things like that. And so he gave them to me and said, figure it out. And so I really had no clue. So I went to a local bead store and met a bunch of really nice people and had a great time.
What was the name of the bead store? Do you
It was
mind
called-
saying it?
Yeah, it's gone now. It was called Beads of Bainbridge, and it was owned by my friend Sherry, and then the manager Amy was one of my best friends, and she taught me to bead. She also taught me metalsmithing. She was a fine arts major who had majored in that type of like bench jewelry design. And so I got to play with like precious metal clay and what's up?
So you do all of that too?
I used to make like bezel set rings and all kinds of fun stuff. This was before the kiddos and back when I had a different house that had a different kind of garage. It was like separate from the house. So like if you're gonna have propane tanks and stuff.
The space, yeah.
And then when we moved here where I live now, the HOA said no propane tank. So I don't have
to pivot. Time to pivot.
Yeah. Or get
and that's why I discovered seed beading because I needed something to take the place of all of that. But up to that point, it was mostly just wire and those sort of things.
Which charm do you guys think I should put on this bracelet? I will take the first couple people that say the same charm. I will put that one on here. Rosalinda says ravioli time. I was very
I'm gonna watch closely. I'm voting for the wreath of the tree or the snowman.
Oh, I like those.
So we've got one snowman, one wreath, one soldier.
Tracy.
Tracy said all of them.
You could actually hang charms from all these little open areas if you wanted to. I'm going to do just one.
Oh, wow.
Nutcracker, snowman, wreath, candy cane. Oh my gosh, they're all over the board.
They are. I'm going to say wreath only because Danielle just told us she used to make wreaths. And I thought that would be cute to have a wreath on there.
Right, I'm gonna go
since you made it with Danielle.
I'm going to go with wreath. Look at this sweet little tiara cast wreath. And you can even patina paint on these, you guys. So if you wanted to make the bow red and color in that the greenery green, you could do that. And they are double-sided. Super cute. I'm just going to add it right onto my bracelet right here. I could, like I said, hang it from any of those little openings if I wanted to, but I'm just going to do it from the one spot. And there we go. I love how that turned out.
So sweet.
So cute. I will post pictures of that as well as Danielle's design on our Instagram page, probably tomorrow, if not tonight. So you can take a closer look in a picture form. Sometimes that helps a little bit to be able to go in and out and look at it a little bit more closely. But we've had such a nice time having you here, Danielle. You know, I invited you here. Let me go. I'm going to go to everyone's screen now, just so you're ready. And then I will remove our hand cams here. All right. So I invited you after Great Bead Extravaganza in the summer as well. I think you were here right after it. And I did it this time too, because it gives me something to look forward to when the Great Bead Extravaganza ends. I am a little sad. So I was like, I'm a little sad, but then I'll be like, ooh, I get to bead with Danielle on Wednesday. And that,
and that cool. Perks you right up.
And that perks me right up. Yeah, so you might have to stay on this rotation and be
I'd be happy to.
The Wednesday after the show. Yeah.
Shortly after.
That's a good idea.
And that was a great event. It was fun. I tuned in over the weekend.
It was so fun. I'm so amazed at how different all the presenters are and how creative they are and how many different ideas they come up with that are all just different and new. And, every single time it impresses me. So
We
it was
agree.
a lot of fun.
Thanks, Karen.
Karen says we love our time with Danielle. Yeah.
Aw.
It's great. Thank you for being here with us today, Danielle. We really appreciate it.
I'm
Oh,
only
thank you so
halfway
much for having
done,
me.
but I got a little bit of mine going here.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Here, let me focus in on you.
I only got halfway because I'm using smaller seed beads, but I had this really pretty gollum bead from the live sale. Let's see if I can I've got some like super duos in the middle too.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that.
Those are fun.
But it's a little daintier because I have the ones that matched the bead in the center were a bit smaller. I think they're probably, what's the smallest, like 15?
Oh, you have 15s? Wow. Yeah.
Those
I don't
really
think they're 15, but I think what's the next one? The next smallest.
Are they 11s? It could be maybe like
Oh,
an
I think
11.
I think they're smaller than an 11, so maybe they are
like a
15.
Size?
Yeah, like a delicate size. Yeah.
12 or 13 maybe.
Yeah, they are. They might even be more of a delicate with the larger 8 in between, and then also the super duos in between. There we go. That's a little bit better. You can see kind of the pattern.
Kristen,
Cute.
you'll have to post a picture when you're done for that too.
Yeah.
That looks.
I think that's why it took me a little longer. Is the beads are so small. They take a little bit more time. But
I can't wait to see the gollum beads when they come in because we ordered those, in July or August.
Yeah.
I mean, we picked them a long time ago. So when they actually come in, I'm going to be like, oh, that's what we ordered.
It's always a big surprise for us too, right?
Yeah, I know we're going to have a beautiful poinsettia one. I know we have some really great Christmas patterns coming. And then we had some more wintry types of patterns in this next section. That'll be really fun. So I'll be sure to send you a couple, Danielle. I'll sequester a couple and send them.
Thank you so much.
I'm excited. I also said I would send you crimps and more 014 wire.
Carolyn is asking, what keeps the other strand from pulling loose? So in the beginning, Danielle showed us that it was one long strand that she pulled in half, and she put the clasp on the side.
I'll add your hand cam back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning, I just brought the lobster claw down to the midpoint and then did a crimp just on top of those 2 wires, right? Then strung everything to the end. And so at that point, you've got two strands sticking out. You put the crimp you got on both strands, and then just take one of those strands, put it through your chain, and then go back through that crimp and, tighten it up a little bit, crimp it, trim it on top and bottom there. And it was just like, Sarah, what you did for the wrap that you just showed as well.
Yeah, same thing. We're just stringing the clasp to the middle of your wire, and then it folds over. So then you have the 2 wires running down it. Yeah.
I love the retro colors in that bracelet, Danielle. So pretty.
Oh, thank you, Kristen.
Really pretty. It's really lovely. So I hope you'll come back again, hopefully after the next Great Bead Extravaganza, but I hope I see you in Tucson. So keep me posted when you'll be there, and maybe we can meet up and do a little shopping together or have a coffee.
Yes.
Something along those lines, because that would be super fun. And I hope your classes with Michael's keep going well. And please tell our friends at John Bead that we say hello and we miss them. And will any of them be in Tucson? Or I know they're not having a booth, but do you know if anyone from John Bead's going to Tucson?
I don't know of anyone who's going, but I don't know. I was thinking I might just say, hey, you guys want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Oh, that's the other thing. I will include a note for your husband in my box of goodies. That
We need
must
Danielle to go to Tucson.
It's
Yeah.
it's really important. Super important.
Well, I know it's time to go because it's getting darker and darker behind Miss Kristen.
I know. I was like, oh, I'm really getting dark back here.
Losing your light.
It's 5:15 where I'm at. So
close to dinner time. Thank you everybody for being here with us. I forgot to show you the all of the beads, but maybe I'll jump back on tomorrow or Friday if they're still available, because there aren't very many of them, and we have them in some beautiful colors. Trying to get one of these different colors. Ooh, the green.
Oh, wow.
Bunch
the green
of
is super.
colors.
Here, Sarah, we should probably show you. There we go.
And you can find them at softflexcompany.com. $10 a strand. They're made in Peru. They're ceramic beads, and it's a big, long strand of them. So definitely worth checking out.
Well, those are the barrels, are the big long strand, and then there's some smaller strands that are the rounds. So they're both
okay.
beautiful.
I'll just show you.
Yeah. We just want to look at beads all day long.
Okay.
Definitely.
You've got to pull my arm. Here, let me see if I can.
Although I don't know if my order has like been, taken out yet. So maybe we should show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Look at the pink and the red. Wow.
Look at that.
I think we called, let's see, we had citrine and mustard yellow are similar, but mustard yellow is just a little darker.
Oh,
I like how the mustard yellow has the little brown spots in it.
And then if you love yellow like I do, there's a beautiful bright yellow, which is going to intermix with things so beautifully. I can't wait to break those open. There's like a beautiful rosy colored. I don't know the official names of the colors. Maybe Kristen
I think we called that one garnet.
Garnet. Yeah. Beautiful garnet color. Really lovely. It's got just like a little, it's very like a color you would see for Valentine's Day, I would say. But you could also probably use it for Christmas as like a little bit of a cranberry color.
I'm kind of having the idea of a possible garland with the green and the red. I don't know how or what yet, but
these would be a great garland from a fireplace. I better order some.
Another tray of delicious beads. Yeah, the green ones are so pretty, Becky.
They're really pretty. There's this really gorgeous deep dark blue.
Oh, I don't think the picture shows that color as well as it is. Oh
no,
my
yeah, it's really pretty.
I need to brighten it a little.
Dark blue is really tough.
It is tough.
Even the dark blue wire, I find it's really hard to show on camera. It's better on a video. It's not as good on a photo.
Yeah, see how many beads there are? I was like, what can I do with all these? I think a garland might be a fun thing to try.
I've been wanting to make a garland. Get some Econoflex and make a garland.
Mm-hmm.
This beautiful light purple. How pretty is that?
Yummy.
Oh, beautiful. It's like an orchid.
Do you see why Kristen ordered one of everyone?
I was like, I need all of them.
Just give me one of every single one. And then we have some rounds. So we've got one that is like kind of a lovely dusty pink color. One that is a purple.
Oh, that one.
They are large hole, I think, Randy. Randy is asking, are they a large hole? Yeah, they look pretty big. That's actually,
leather.
That's beautiful.
And last.
Oh, that's a good idea. Karen's saying you could mix them with some wood beads so it doesn't get too heavy. And I know you can find wood beads pretty large.
They're really not too heavy is the nice thing. Because
good.
they have such a big hole in them, I think. Maybe that's part of it. But I don't feel like they're super weighty. But God, Gosh, they're so pretty.
That's
gorgeous.
No,
Lois messed up her peyote pattern because she's busy watching us.
Oh no, sorry, Lois. That happens to me all the time. I totally understand.
Oh man, sorry about that. Here, I'll just leave those there, I guess, and we can.
That green would make a
it's a fun
Malibu.
color selection that I think would go with a lot of different things. So super fun.
So pretty. I think you guys are going to really like those. You can find those at softflexcompany.com. And then, of course, you can find a lot of the beads that we use today for our designs from Danielle Wickes on her Etsy, what do you call it? Etsy shop, right?
Yeah.
And I see that Thomas is posting that right now. So I'll throw that up here. And that's where you can find the beads that we are using today, the charms, and some of the other things, the sparkle and shine mix. You can find those from Soft Flex Company. So between the two, you can get just about everything you saw today.
Do you sell that that larger chain that you were showing too at the end for the adjustable?
Oh, you mean the like kind of 5mm chain?
Yeah.
I don't yet, but it's something that I use so much and I get asked about so much that I do think I need to add it.
Yeah. I think chain's sometimes hard to find, and it's also hard, like I know when I look at chain online, it's really hard to tell what you're looking at. But if that particular one you use all the time, then that would be great to know, like, okay, yeah, that's Danielle's adjustable chain.
And show it in a design so that you can have scale, because scale is so hard to communicate.
That's the hard part. Yep, exactly.
It is really hard. Well, thanks for being here, Danielle. We had so much fun. You are the treat after Great Bead Extravaganza.
Oh, that's an awesome honor.
Oh, it was really, really nice. I hope you guys love all the new beads in our shop and that you enjoy all the new beads going in Danielle's shop. She has new things loading up this weekend. And as she told us, and I'm sure from the sounds of it, it sounds like you're adding new products all the time. So keep an eye.
I do, yeah. Whenever something catches my eye and I need it, then I just put it in the shop.
Go ahead and favorite her shop on Etsy so that you'll get updated every time she loads in some new stuff.
I need to go do that. That's
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
All right. So thanks, everybody. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope you're recovering from last weekend and you have lots of great creative ideas that you are exploring this week and into the future. And I don't think, unless I hop on just for fun, I don't think we have anything else planned this week, but Kristen will be back next Monday. What time are you on now, Kristen?
I'm on at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and you can find me on Soft Flex Company's Facebook page and YouTube channel. And I'm going to be showing the geometric head pins again, since I was a little choppy during the Great Bead Extravaganza. I figured I'll show that little demo and use some different beads this time and do something else. We'll see. Yeah.
All right. So you'll see Kristen again next Monday. Next week is Thanksgiving week, right?
It is. Yeah.
So it's kit week. So
I have to go shopping.
We will be revealing our kit the day before Thanksgiving, our vintage Christmas kit. We still have a few left. If you want to grab one, you can do that now and join us next week. And then you can bead all of Thanksgiving weekend with the vintage, or excuse me, retro Christmas. I cannot change that name.
I need to snag that one. That one was cute.
It's really cute.
It is really cute. I think you really would like the colors in that one too.
Did you get that one, Danielle?
I didn't order that one. I should have. I ordered Woodland and then
box.
I got all busy and okay.
Hopefully Kristen's making a list of everything I keep
saying. Yeah. What? Sorry, you're gonna have to watch the replay. What did I tell her I was gonna say?
No, we'll send you one because we have enough that I think we're getting low, but I think we have enough that I can send you one.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. If you do, that's great. And I will send you the frosted beads that I'm putting in my shop this weekend. So.
Awesome. Bead trades. Fun.
Yeah, I love a good bead trade. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you for
Good night. Happy beading.